Welcome to the character gallery. Thomas can be described as a cheeky, fussy little engine. He often gets into scrapes, usually by being overeager to do things best left to the bigger, more suitable engines. But clouds never last long in Thomas's life, and he's soon bustling about again, playing his part in the yard or on his very own branch line, of which he is extremely proud. Welcome to the character gallery. Percy is the junior member of the principal team of engines. He's a happy little chap who is usually quite happy puffing around the yard with no particular desire for adventure in the great world outside. He's always keen to oblige, a fact of which the other engines are apt to take advantage. Welcome to the character gallery. James is a medium-sized engine. His 6 driving wheels are not as big as Gordon's, and not as small as Thomas's. He has a fine scarlet coat and a brass dome, and likes to think of himself as a really splendid engine. This can occasionally lead to highfalutin ideas about the sort of work suitable for such a noble creature. Invariably, they land James into trouble. Welcome to the character gallery. Gordon is the senior member of the engine family, the fastest and most powerful of Sir Topham Hatt's string, and he knows it. He's good-hearted, though, and always willing to forgive, and use his superior strength to help smaller engines out of trouble. Welcome to the character gallery. Sonic the Steam Engine is the fastest steam engine in the world, big on attitude with a heart to match. Like the wind, he's always on the move, living life of excitement and adventure, always willing to help out his fellow engines if ever they find themselves in a spot of danger. Welcome to the character gallery. Tails is a gentle soul, bullied in his past for having 2 lamps. He became more confident about himself after meeting Sonic and seeing him puff like the wind. Tails looks up to Sonic and has been with him ever since. He has the unique ability to fly using a special jetpack put on the bottom of his chassis. He's very proud of his intelligence, and Sonic knows he can always turn to his high-flying little buddy whenever he needs some help in the sky. Welcome to the character gallery. Henry is the number 3 green engine. He's a long and fast engine and has a thoroughbred look. Like all thoroughbreds, he tends to be a little high-strung and a bit of a worrier, but any day he'll give any engine a run for his money. Before his shape changed, Henry had to use special coal to run properly, but now he's a really useful engine that doesn't need it anymore. Welcome to the character gallery. Toby is old-fashioned, both in looks and outlook. Every engine, no matter how old, wants to be really useful. And having once nearly been scrapped, Toby is always happy to work. He's not above being temperamental sometimes, but since he works mainly up an outlying quarry line, he can work off his moods without causing grief to anyone except his own faithful coach, Henrietta. He isn't one who typically gets into arguments, but when the young engines are fighting, he'll stand on the side and laugh at their misfortune. But he's wise and faithful, and every engine knows they can turn to Toby for a decent bit of advice. Welcome to the character gallery. Diesel 10 is the renegade diesel engine on the island of Sodor. 10 out of 10 for devious deeds and brutal strength. He's out to destroy the harmony of Sir Topham Hatt's railway. Although no one knows his whereabouts, we can only guess he's up to no good. Whenever Diesel 10 is around, there's guaranteed to be trouble. But he does have a kind side. He just has a hard time showing it. With the aid of his claw Pinchy, he's always in the mood to tear engines and rolling stock to shreds. When Diesel 10's around, watch your back. Welcome to the character gallery. Edward is an older engine, but the most important thing about him is that he's kind and wise. When the other engines misbehave, it's Edward that Sir Topham Hatt turns to calm everyone down and restore order. He's also the engine that several other engines go to for advice if times are going tough. You can always count on Edward to have a good word to say and know how to calm the engines down if everyone is having their own problems. Welcome to the character gallery. Rosie is the free-spirited tomboy who's happy spending time with boys and girls. She's not afraid to voice her opinion, and her friends love her honesty. She's a natural leader, not as intelligent as someone like Edward or Toby, and not as brave as Thomas. But she's always willing to step up if a friend needs help. Even though Thomas views her as a younger sister, he doesn't treat her with any level of disdain whatsoever. The two are firm friends, and Thomas knows he can always trust Rosie if he needs someone to vent to. Rosie will always be there to listen to her friends, especially Thomas. Welcome to the character gallery. Knuckles is a heroic and powerful engine who lives on Angel Island, an island in the sky. He's made it his life's mission to track down the legendary Master Emerald to protect it from those who would use it for evil. He's Sonic's rival and friend who can be stubborn but serious. His belief in the goodness of others sometimes makes him gullible, but don't let that trick you into thinking he's dumb. He's very intelligent about fighting and knows a thing or two about how to knock somebody senseless if they aren't going to comply. He may be socially awkward from his prolonged isolation, but he'll knock you upside the head if you oppose him for more than 5 seconds. Don't mess with the Knuckles. Welcome to the character gallery. Duck is a cheerful and busy engine. He's only a small tank engine, but coming as he does from the Great Western Railway, he'll stand no nonsense whatsoever from the larger engines trying to order him about. He used to work in the yard at Paddington. He got toughened up working in the alleys, and then came to Sodor to work as the station pilot at Knapford. He since proved himself and now works on his own branch line in the coast called the Little Western. He works there with Oliver, another Great Western engine, and also Donald and Douglas. Surrounded by these level-headed engines, Duck is in very good company. To him, the only way to do things is the Great Western Way. Welcome to the character gallery. Emily is a beautiful engine with shiny paintwork and gleaming brass fittings. After she rescued Oliver and Toad when they were stuck on the tracks, Sir Topham Hatt rewarded her with a brand new pair of coaches. She always thinks she's the most intelligent engine in the yard, often barking orders at the other engines just because she thinks she's in charge. She treats herself like a queen, but secretly, the other engines sometimes wish she wouldn't put her head in. All the same though, no one in the yard will ever deny that there is well and truly no one quite like Emily. Welcome to the character gallery. Stepney is a bubbly, modest, and humble chap who is bursting with enthusiasm. He's very eager to please and is every engine's friend. When given a job to do, he's determined to complete it to the best of his ability. Even if an engine might not like him at first, his personality wins them over eventually. He has enthusiasm for learning and listening to advice, as well as keeping busy. He can feel down in the dumps if he doesn't get enough work to do or doesn't get a good long run to stretch his wheels. Stepney is high-spirited, lively, and keen to see fair play. He's popular amongst the engines and is always game for more work. And unlike most of Sodor's engines, Stepney loves to work with the trucks.